Welcome to our third episode of First Levels, and well, you know I had to do it. The Mario Brothers are such an important part of the history of video games that I had to go and do these if I were going to do any series based on like classic games like this. So here we are playing the first Super Mario Brothers game. Now this isn't actually the first game in the Mario Brothers series, but it's still one most people think is a popular one. Made in 1985 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And wow, I blew through that pretty quick, didn't I? Wow. Anyway, this game was really frustrating. Controls were unresponsive. I'm not a big fan of this. I just have to say it. Come lynch me in a parking lot if you want. Super Mario Bros. 2, made in 1988 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this game is a little bit unusual considering that this is not originally a part of the Mario Bros. Series. Oh look, it has a background story. Okay, originally this game, released in Japan, had this weird Indian theme to it, where you choose these 4 different characters, or one of the 4 different characters, and you run around and you do weird stuff. Well, I guess they decided that the original Japanese version of Mario 2 wasn't very, well, you know, good for the American audience, or the Western audience. I guess this was released in Europe, too. Because the original version of Super Mario Bros. 2 was basically the same thing as the first game, only brutally difficult. That's why this game ends up being rather drastically different than the original series. Here we're playing as Mario, we're running around, and we're doing a lot of weird stuff. Now I don't like this game either, but I do think it is a lot better than the original Mario 2. Original Mario Brothers as well. So, I just have to say, even though this isn't, you may not technically consider this to be a Mario game, it is better than the original Mario games. The way that it controls a lot better, there's a much bigger diversity in enemies as well as environments. The gameplay is much deeper. It is just a much better game. Also, the levels were much bigger, which is kind of a nice little bonus to have for an NES game, where you wander in and out of doors and different areas. There we go. Also, one of the things I kind of like about this is the fact that you don't jump on enemies to kill them. You don't smash them with your keister. You go and you jump on them, sure, or you pick and you can pick them up or throw them at other things, or you can throw these weird radishes at people, because, you know, Mario likes his herb. Turns out the storyline is kind of has a really stupid conclusion where you get to the end of the game and it turns out Mario was dreaming the entire time. You know, Deus Ex Machina at its worst. But, you know, you don't play these kind of games for the storylines. I don't even know why they bothered putting one in. And here is the boss. Now, most levels have an enemy like this at the end, where you go and it shoots eggs at you, you pick up the eggs, and you throw them back at it. You hit it 3 times and it dies. There were a few other types of monsters, boss monsters in here. You will not find Bowser or King Koopa at the end of the game. This one you will find some weird other thing. And this thing, I had a surprising amount of difficulty defeating it because I would throw the eggs and it would jump. It drove me insane. There we go. Then you pick up its gut and walk into the bird's mouth. That's not trippy, I don't know what it is. But Super Mario Bros. 3, this was made in, what, 1988, I believe? Yep, 88. Now the idea is rather simple. Take the original formula of Super Mario Bros. And make it not suck. And I do like this game, I love this game, this is my favorite Mario game. Why? Because it's awesome, that's why. Took the original formula and just made it better. Not only that, did they have the mushrooms, they had the flowers, they shoot fireballs, they had all the same stuff and a lot of the same kinds of enemies, but it also added this little leaf thing. Turns Mario into this sort of raccoon-human hybrid freak. And that was an awesome gameplay mechanic, something I wish more developers had done at the time. But either way, the controls are tighter than the original Mario Brothers. It does not play at all like Mario 2. It's just better. What do we have next? Super Mario World. Now this was made in, I guess, 1990, it says. It was probably released in 91 in North America. It was the launch game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. As such, it was a thing that it came with the console actually, and so everybody who had an SNES had this game. And what I'm going to be playing in this is not actually level 1, which is to the left of Mario. I'm going to be heading to the right, which is technically World 2, but this is what most people think of when they think of the first level of Mario. Why? Because we get Yoshi here. He's not in one of those. Here he is. Yoshi, the dinosaur, was introduced in Super Mario World and has become a regular character in the Mario series since then. Now this game, I guess you could say it improves upon the gameplay of Mario and Mario 3. Because it doesn't play at all like Mario 2, but it really is... It's more refined in a lot of ways, and it adds a lot of new gameplay mechanics. It's just, it doesn't quite rank up as high in my opinion, but still a pretty good game, and I enjoyed it from time to time. But anyway, that was 4 games, ranging from the NES in '85 to the SNES in 1990. Good 5 year span, and I think that's a good place to end the episode. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.